Yeah, I had one coach, and he used to say, put yourself in situations where you're not comfortable.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite saying.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
No, bless you.
Oh, yeah, we just cut it out.
All right, what's happening, people? Welcome to another episode of the Free Shots Tequila podcast with myself, Marvin Abbey. Who else we got in the studio?
Mr. Exposed.
And Tazer Black.
And we've got some very, very special guests in the studio. Just get your names, guys, where you're from.
Oh, what's happening, people? It's your boy Dele Akinfenwa. Yeah. From North London. Yeah, what's going on? Let me be all humble just in case you don't know. No, I'm messing. What's going on? It's Adebayo Akinfenwa, also known as the Beast, Mr. 97 Strength from Nigeria. Tell him again.
Yeah, you got big bro, Yemi Akinfenwa. I'm just here, man.
Sorry, man, we couldn't fit them all on the couch, so...
No, we're really good at it.
That's real too.
Is it even better?
That's real
Is it even better?
Oh, snap.
I thought you were on tag for a second.
Man said,
Oh, no, I haven't wrapped
No,
up.
literally, that was
If
I
that
don't know
was
what
happening,
moment.
I would have looked at management and said, well, you got me in, bro.
I wanted to say, I don't know what the man doing keeping up with
yeah, so I got a little beef with Akinfenwa. I had a 19-fold one
Which
time.
one?
And all I needed...
Which Akinfenwa?
Gotta be specific.
You got to be specific now. Which Akinfenwa?
The Beast.
All right, so, all right, cool, I'm waiting. Let's go.
I had a 19-fold one time. All I needed was a header, and you didn't deliver, man.
God, what was it? On what?
I can't remember. I just know that I needed Wickham to win the game. and they
I
didn't
must have
win
been
the
injured
game.
then, brother. If you needed me, I would have popped up with the head.
I can't lie though, I was watching your highlights, yeah? And your, is it 2017-2018 season is your second highest scoring season.
Yes.
17 goals, 25 headers.
Yeah.
Have you seen his highlights?
Do you say 17 goals,
Oh, no, I'm
25
trying to
headers?
shit. No, 17 goals, like 15 headers. They're
Oh,
all-
when you...
It was quick maths there.
No.
He's trying to brush over it quickly. Taser Taser went like 17 goals, 25 headers.
I said 17 goals, 25...
No, literally,
17
bro.
goals, 25 headers. I'm thinking, hold on,
Bro,
but
they're
it's
all
3,
headers. You see the
Yeah.
defenders, yeah? Fuming.
Yeah.
Like, you see that season, yeah? He was playing like Haaland.
Yeah.
All of the
Yeah,
goals were
yeah,
literally
yeah.
in the 6 yard, maybe 8-9 yards. All goals.
He's doing the madness.
Just ping the ball. If you had KDB in your midfield, yeah, madness.
No, he would have got mad though, because you know I can't really run. And big man run. You know what the maddest thing is? I'll always say this, innit? And if I learned this earlier in my career, I'll always say it, not even just career, but as a person. But as I got older, I so even more concentrated on what I was good at.
Yeah.
And I think when you're young, you're still finding yourself. So when people see you and be like, oh, I don't want people to know that I'm not the quickest or I'm not great at dribbling. So you just kind of mix and match. And then as you get older, you acknowledge your weaknesses. So I knew I wasn't the quickest. I knew I wasn't going to do step overs past. I knew that. But what I did also know is that if you cross the ball in the box, that's
Your
my
head's getting
office.
there.
That's my time.
Yeah.
And I literally, as you get older, I shifted a mindset from trying to impress to then trying to always do my best. That was the flip. But of course, when you're young, and just in life, you know what I'm saying? Your whole ream is, nah, man's gonna try and impress. Man's gonna try and impress. But then when you get comfortable in your own skin,
But if there's one goal, you had like 8 man on you, bro. You just got all of them out the way, ping, goal. I said, nah, what is going on?
No, but you're saying that like you ain't looking on the couch, bro.
I was gonna say that's why they call that.
You said this like you don't understand how. The way Taser said it, you had 8 man on you. Like, man said, you needed 8 man.
Man, I perfected the pin and spin. That was my thing. I was a pin and spin man. In the box, pin and spin. Outside the box, I let everybody else run.
People don't realise how effective that pin is. You know, like when a striker pins the defender and he puts his hand like this, yeah, brother, defender's not getting around a normal striker. He's not getting around Akinfenwa, bro. Because remember, man puts his weight there. That's it, bro.
But why you think the France team, and the thing is, loves playing with Giroud? Why do you like it? But it is a base.
I like Giroud, man, as well.
Bruv, he's a bad man.
You can build off that.
But he's certified bad man.
Yeah, he's cold.
So them man, and same, Benzema, you play it and you follow it. So them man there, when you got a base, it's effective. Don't get it twisted. There's many ways to play the game, but when you've got a base, oh man, that's what I say, man. Listen, young bucks out there, but if you've got a base, be your base and build upon that as you grow.
Facts. It's true, man. It's true. Because I even think Haaland's going to get the whole but the way he plays is boring. Because you know at Dortmund, he was doing running, he was smacking the goal in, whereas with City, KDB puts it in the box. If you see his highlights right now, yeah, they're terrible.
They're not terrible. That's very harsh.
Yeah.
No, no. The goals he scored so far. No. Wait, okay, let me rephrase that. When I say terrible, what I mean is in comparison to what he was doing at Dortmund. It's not exciting. Like the City fans are complaining now. They're like, it's like it's boring. He delivers. He gets the goals. He gets the result. I'm saying when you watch him play, but there's one game he touched the ball twice. 2 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but football's sickening though.
2 touches.
Yeah, but that's like saying, that's like saying, all right, if my keeper doesn't touch the ball in the game, it's boring, brother.
You're not watching the keeper.
No,
though,
I'm
man.
saying if the keeper doesn't touch the ball, that's a good game for the defense. We've done our job. If a striker scores 2 goals, brother, that's his job.
No. I hear that. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying what I see on the
Who do you
timeline.
support?
I support Liverpool.
So you should be complaining, cuz. But we should be complaining.
That was a good one.
You know what I'm saying, cuz? But I'm complaining. It literally.
Oh, you're a Liverpool fan as well?
What? You ain't done your research about
No, just mad. I knew that.
What you should have opened with.
That's how you get me.
No, do you know what?
I knew. No, he's an Arsenal fan.
Do you know what I knew a Liverpool
Talking football is wrong,
You
though.
don't play Liverpool, innit?
Yeah, we played Liverpool.
And then I remember you saying it was a weird game to play because
Yeah,
I
man.
support
Yeah,
Liverpool.
no, I remember that. And you
And
spoke
come on.
No, wait. Hold on. No.
You scored.
Come on.
Do I know? Because I swear that there was a conversation between you and Klopp. Or you and... Yeah, I remember. Yeah. It slipped my mind.
That was a different occasion.
I'm sorry. He's a liar.
James is moving like LeBron. LeBron is one of the biggest liars in the world, bro.
I see that.
They catch him. Have you seen when they put the memes of all his lies?
I haven't seen it.
Man said he's been listening to Migos since 2010. Their
Man
first
said-
project dropped 2011.
Bro, they caught
He's
this
a liar,
nigga
bro.
reading the book upside down. Bro, when they caught him with that, he was sitting like that.
Brother.
Read the book, bro.
Rafa said a quote, yeah, and he's like, yeah, that's my favourite quote.
When you hear the quote, yeah,
this quote, bro.
and it's not even no bait. When you hear the quote, bro, you're like, you have never in your life.
Cuz,
never
the worst
heard.
thing is, I ain't allowed done that many a times. You know them ones, and then they just catch you out.
Bro, and LeBron was like, that's my favorite quote. It's my favorite.
I'll be doing punditry and be talking about players. I'm like, yo, I've been watching this player since way back, seen him come true. And the man will be like, yo, this is his first game. Yeah, I know. I heard about him in the reserves. And the man will just moonwalking back.
You got a freestyle.
I did an event one time. I was on stage. It was in Shoreditch somewhere. I think, who was it? Marcel from Love Island was on there with 2 other girls. And so there was loads of performances or whatever. Night's gone. The one girl downstairs messaged me after, and she was like, "Yeah, I was one of the performers or whatever." Oh, cool. Like, what did you think? I was like, you know what I mean? Your singing was incredible, whatever. She was like, I was acting. Bro, I was like, okay then. Bro, I had to stand there. I was on your page, checking your music out. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Bro, the way she got me, yeah? She was like, but I was acting though. Because I just went on the page and I saw singing, and I just ran with that. She must have been singing. Of course, that's what she was doing.
Did you get the number?
Moving on, sweet Ollie.
Hey, I got some of the LeBron lies, so look, wait, let's see.
LeBron is hilarious, bro.
Alex Haley, I don't know how far you are into the book, but what's your biggest takeaway so far?
I kind of just started a couple days ago. But I've read and a lot of notes over the years. This is my first time actually reading this from start to finish. But just a very smart man. Very smart man.
Alex Haley.
Man, stay safe there. That was safe.
But this is a Rashford one.
Yeah, I had one coach, and he used to say, put yourself in situations where you're not comfortable.
Oh
Play
yeah,
outside
that's my
of your
favorite
comfort
saying.
zone.
The worst one is the one with my Peter
2%
Crouch.
of Liverpool. How does that come about?
I read about the franchise and how amazing it is. And I actually made a trip over, to Liverpool as well and see all the sights and the arena and everything. So it was pretty unique.
Yeah, Crouchy is actually a Liverpool legend. He used to play there. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I knew that. I didn't get an opportunity to see him play when he was with the club, but I definitely knew that.
The current captain, Jordan Henderson, just scored his first goal for England the other day. It was amazing to see. Are you a fan of his?
No, absolutely, and I saw a clip of that too. I didn't get an opportunity to actually see the game live, but I saw that he was able to score one in the match the other day, and I thought that was it's pretty unique. The fact that he would do that and then also be with Liverpool Football Club.
You got 2% of Liverpool.
He's awful.
You know, after the interview, he's like, I didn't even know what they were talking about.
No, but he would have patted himself on the back.
Good. Bro, I know when he's sitting there, he's thinking, I held that down.
And Americans, they're gassy as well.
Yeah, probably.
Americans are gassy, so he thinks he nailed that.
No, but the thing is, in his mind, remember, anything you say to him, he's ready for it, innit? But he's got like an informed answer for everything. But you don't realise when it comes to football, like, here, it doesn't make sense because what you're saying, what are you talking about?
Because that's in any other conversation, that's interchangeable and it just fits in.
Yeah,
and
it's generic.
You can cut through with
Yeah,
it. Not there.
Man, it's a good goal for Liverpool. Yeah, and
Very
went
unique.
back to Liverpool. You're like, what? Little man be like, what? Yeah.
Unique goal. Do you know what it takes to have a unique goal?
Brother, unique goal, you know? No, but you know, in America, I mean, in basketball, they use those kind of terms.
Unique.
No, brother, you know that there's...
That's like you've seen it once in like 10 years, bro. Yo, we used to call a goal unique. Brother, everyone's talking about it, bro.
Very unique goal.
You can't be blasé with that. Unique goal. Nah, bro. You should have just said, that was a good goal.
Yeah, you know them ones.
Good
Good goal, man.
No, but you could have been like, I'm not familiar with Henderson, you know what I'm saying?
You can't say
like,
that.
No, but I'm just saying, like, there's a few other players that I know, or
No.
Henderson.
Do you know what? Let him speak. Why can't you say that?
You know, look him up.
No, you can't. Like, when you're... So, this is what it is, right? So, he's the affiliate. He's the ambassador, innit? So, already he's got shares in Liverpool. So, you never want to be perceived as it just being a business. Yeah. So, if they've said they don't know the Liverpool captain, like... And the worst thing is, it's a respect thing as well because they're both athletes. So if he said to him, yo, the Liverpool captain first scored his first goal for England, and he's like, listen, I ain't familiar with Hendo, but a great achievement. Man be like, what?
No, he's saying he could have said, I didn't see the goal.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I didn't see the goal,
that's fine.
I ain't seen it yet. I'll come off and I'll check it out.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Do you know what I'm saying? But also, you want to be able to perceive engaging. So when they're like, you see the goal, man, I'm into it. Like, I ain't in the front. Every time they phone me about NFL, man, it's a bad boy touchdown. You see it, man. And the celebration. And then I try and lead them. Yeah, come on. Come on. That's how you try it.
But do you follow it though?
Yeah, I do though.
You do now.
Yeah, we still.
No, I do. To be fair, like, after the first time when you're just mumbling, and then you go to games, and then you get it, and then there's a good game, and then you're hooked. So, man, I follow. Nah, I can watch it. But it's the same now. I'm comfortable enough to turn around. If I didn't see I ain't gonna lie, I didn't catch it. I didn't catch
that game.
I didn't catch the thing, but best believe when I come off, was it a bad boy finish? I'm going to see it straight after That's how I do it.
See,
that's how I did. But I was on TalkSport. My first session on TalkSport, I was honest. So they said that I catch the game, and I think I was driving. I was doing something that I couldn't. So they asked me. I was like, listen, you know what? I didn't see. They said, the goal. I was like, you know what? I didn't see the game. But it was a good goal. And they said, bruv, the producer in my ear. Listen, don't say you didn't see the game.
Yeah, don't say that.
Bruv, I didn't see the game.
What, on radio?
On radio.
They've got
Yeah, man,
because
we'll
they'll
click it, cuz.
I'm telling you, bro.
Oh, yeah, come on,
Don't
bruv.
you remember?
Come on,
Don't you remember with radar? They used to do that sometimes. Where because they used to probably do it in the mornings. When I used to sit there, because I used to say outlandish things, and he had a producer in the ear, like, don't say that.
Nah, because at BBC you have a producer, but like they're behind the studio, so you can see them.
No, but
not in your ear.
No, but
so when they got something to say, when they go scream.
No, so there's a button that you can press where it will feed into the studio, and they'll speak from the outside. But it won't be in my ear, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
So it'll be in the headphones.
Oh,
But you know his one. The difference is because his show there's always like a musical interlude. So if there's something,
so you have time to
come in and say, yo, whereas is your one because it's like TV.
No, it's not like they wouldn't cut me while I'm talking.
No, but they'll talk to you.
So they would talk to me. So if needed to be said, it would click. Be like, listen, we're going to so and so, or so and so's just scored. Be like, listen, we're gonna go to so and so. So it'd be like that in the sense of that.
Yeah.
But mine was afterwards. It wasn't even like they rolled me in the flow. I said it. I was finished. It was like, and then afterwards, he was like, yo, Listen, don't say you didn't see the game. Like, don't say I didn't see the game.
People will cook you. Like I said, people they will cook
So
you.
you want-
They'll look at you like, why are you here?
You want this gig, yeah? Well, you want this gig?
When
Don't
you're
say that again.
I tell people, when you're on national TV, you know what I mean? All the crud doesn't even happen on Twitter. Go on Facebook. I tell people
Is
that.
Facebook the bad thing? I know Twitter.
When I had my
60-year-olds.
when I had my documentary, the DMs and abuse.
Hey.
Twitter is smoky,
can't
but you ain't
take it.
dealt with the Facebook kind of people because them people there are different because they take that shit serious. Those are the kind of people that watch TV at 12 in the afternoon.
I don't know if I know Twitter, but it's the wasteland when they want to get you. What?
Bro, I was on radio, yeah, and we were talking, and Sian, my co-host, she was talking about she went Pilates, and she was the only person of like age 30 there. Everyone else was like 60 plus. So I responded with, "Oh, that's sick. The old people are coming out and going gym." The text is, "Old? Who said 60's old?" I said, "What?"
Bro.
Producer's like, "Taze, you're gonna have to firm that one."
But
I
in
said, "What?"
in the Bible, it says it's old blood. 3 scores, bro.
They were
What
cooking.
am I lying, elderly? Man said,
Yeah, no, I didn't know.
When I say you have
60 and old Taze, I'm like,
But
wow.
in the Bible, God said he guarantees us 3 scores, bro. 60 years. If you're over 60, brother, you're old.
You're
bro.
old.
Allow it, but-
you're saying you want to say
I'm the old
And be happy.
But we had to deflect. Like the texts were coming in, and we just had to kind of okay, next subject. We just had to deflect. I couldn't respond.
Listen, I speak how I speak. So I'm on Talksport. I'm like, listen, you know how these players are. Fam, they were grammar checking me. Oh, but you should be ashamed how you're saying these. It's those. It may not even be those, but they was just
bro.
Grammar checking.
I forgot what show it was on
Get the fuck out of here,
BBC,
man.
you know, Radio 4, you know them channels
Yeah,
there. So
yeah.
they used to bring me on, you know what I mean, as you know, you become the black guy for certain issues. And we were talking about crime or some issue or whatever. And then I'm talking to, you know what I mean, me and this dude are going back and forth because it was talking about black people don't talk to the police or whatever. I'm telling him, I tell on people or whatever. But you know what I mean? And I was like, you know, I have no issue with that. You know what I mean? You're talking to the wrong one. A man says, you know what I mean? Oh, you're being aggressive. How did we get here? Bro, if you see the comments,
Who said that?
the dude I'm talking to, and then you look at the comments, bare people talking about him being so aggressive. I was like, what?
Yeah, but if you think about it, you lot can walk into a room, they're telling you like you're aggressive before you've even opened your mouth.
Brother, but the thing is, because
But listen, that's perception, innit? So for me, I keep saying it. No, that was one of you lot.
It was him.
Yeah, it's football something. I don't know why. I don't know.
So you know, so listen, I'm at a stage now where I don't even allow that to even get me at all. You know what I'm saying? They'll see us together. It's the same. I remember telling this story. I was driving the car. Can't remember where it was. Maybe when I got an X6 when I was younger, and I pulled over. And when I mean the police came on a bully boy tactic, backwards hat, rah rah, boom, come on the pulley. So I was like, yeah, boom. I was like, what's up, officer? When you pull me over, where you going? I was like, where am I going? And I ain't gonna lie, I don't admit now, not now because I get everything checked. But I was thinking, what if my tyres is a bit thingy? Them man just gonna get me if I blap them. So I was like, listen, where am I going? Listen, I'm going home. I said I was going home, but I think I was driving back to maybe Torquay or wherever I was playing. So I was like, what'd you do? No, I was like, I'm going home to train in the morning. Train. What'd you do? I dropped my name. And as soon as I was a footballer, fam, the whole thing was different. And I keep saying it. I honestly keep saying it. It's a perception which follows, and I keep saying you're a product of your experience. But these officers that go down and have bad experiences, it's not, you can't tarnish everybody with that brush. That's what backs me up. And that's why I'm at a point where, no, I don't phase, but we walk in, and that is why I'm so comfortable. But if I can walk into the corporate world, I kid you not, backwards.
But we walk into it.
Like this. Yeah, I walk into it and I'm comfortable. And I'm like, look, don't get it twisted. There's times you know you got to put a suit and where you're going. But I'm so comfortable in my skin. And however you see me is how you see me. Yeah. I'm always going to be who I be. And that for me is, I keep saying, you're a product of your experiences. And you grow and you evolve and you become comfortable. And when you're comfortable, bruv, strip everything away, your man gonna still be you.
Yeah.
And that's at the end of the day when people say, bruv, strip everything away, bruv, I am going to be me, regardless of what you say, how you say. Yeah. And that's the thing. So yeah, man, perception is a crazy thing. But you gotta be able to know how to maneuver in your path, in your lane.
Do you know the maddest thing is what you've said is your whole career. As in you've always been you, even at your football. Like you've played it, because even your stature, I remember you saying that obviously you haven't got a stature of a typical footballer. You're very, like, you're big, you're built, you know what I'm saying? but you've managed to work it out. You've managed to like play to your strengths. So it kind of goes into that.
You know what? Of course, and I can look back at it, and first and foremost, I come out and say, listen, I've been blessed. I had a dream as a youngster, which I guess most young boys have when you're young, and that's to be a professional footballer. I played the game for 22 years. So I look back at it and say, nah, man, it's an achievement for me. But then I also say is, I am who I am in what I do. What I do ain't who I be. You understand what I'm saying? So I can only be me if it's football, if it's singing, if it's a podcast, if it's acting, but I can only be me. And I think that's the identity I bring into what I do. So whenever man say, oh yeah, you're big, I was like, yeah, man, listen, I know man's 17 stones, but I know I like banging gym. That's me, innit? But best believe I'm going to try and maximise what I am about. Yeah. So look at my strengths. And look, I keep saying a 21-year-old Akinfenwa wouldn't be talking like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But 5 kids on, being broke, breaking my leg, finding clubs, getting rejections, you're all, and when you know 1 setback and you come back, 2 setbacks, you come back, 3 and you get to a point where you're like, all right, cool, man. But you keep coming, trust me, I'm gonna keep coming. And that's the process. And then also my foundation, I've never done this alone. You might know, I walk into, I don't go nowhere without this, left and my right. My brothers, my mum and dad drummed him from young. Look, you're a family dynamic.
That's, you know what, that's actually true, because I met you first, innit, back in the day, and it's always been love, always been love. So when you said he's coming, I said, yeah, my man, no, man, for back in the day. Yeah. He's been wham for 20 years, bro. You can't miss the guy, bro. That's sick, man.
You know what, you're right in you know, when you're talking about, you know, being yourself, being able to dress how you want to dress and stuff, I say it's one of those things where it's a blessing in a way, where I talk about, you know, people talk about privilege. It's one of those things where you work hard to be able to be who you are, essentially. Because I always say to people, there's certain people that wake up every morning and they can't say, I want to, you know, throw on whatever I want to throw on to go to, you know what I mean, any environment, you know. Certain people, you know, they have to dress a certain way, be a certain way to be around certain types of people. It has its pros and its cons, because I told you, I've been out with my staff and people think I work for them. So that happens all the time. But you get to a point where I don't care, because I know who I am, where I stand, what I do. Because for me, again, 90% of the time, I'm dressed like how I'm dressed now when I go out. Now it's probably even smarter than normal. But again, you know, it's also about knowing where you can dress that way. And then, like you were saying, there's also times where you're like, I need to step it up a little bit because I'm in this environment, essentially. But, you know, people sleep on how the feeling you get from knowing I can wake up and I can do almost whatever I want to do, you know what I mean, and live almost. And I say almost because, you know what I mean, there are limits to certain things. But it's great because this morning I was talking to my boy, woke up or whatever, and it was pouring, and the M25 parts of it were locked off because of the protest or whatever.
Just stop oil.
Yeah. When we were talking about it, I was like, you know what? It's beautiful that you can say, you know what? I'm not leaving the house today. Because not many people can say, I'm not leaving the house today. They don't have that option. So sometimes we sleep on, you know, that kind of luxury, and it's not something that comes free. You know what I mean? And that's where I think, you know, some people might get it wrong. Like, you lot are lucky to do this. It don't come free. You work your way to that stage where you're like, I'm going to stay home today. You know what I mean? Or I'm not doing anything this week. I'm stressed out, or I feel a certain way, so I'm just going to chill at home.
Yeah, I'm happy you actually developed it on what he's pointing and said that, because a lot of people will listen and be like, yeah, I can do what I want, but what do you do? Nothing. Like, brother, come on, man. That don't mean you can do what you want. Like, you've got to be able to deliver in the field that you work in.
Work to put yourself
you know what I mean?
Exactly. Everything you've said resonates massively, because for me, I look at it at 2 points, right? One, I remember when I broke my leg and didn't have a contract, I had my daughter, and I kid you not, at that point, whatever somebody would have told me to go and work, I would have done. And you said it in a sense of, on the flip, don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on being able to have that self-drive to be able to go and do something you don't want to do, but you've got your reasons why you're doing it. So there's flip sides on it, and that's what you said, there's pros, cons. So for me, I salute, and the reason I say this because I get it from my parents. But I know my parents didn't want to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and finish at 10. I know that. But I know they had 4 kids at home, which them man had to dress, them man had to feed. So
feed twice, by the way.
And you man was definitely.
No, I think that was. No, what I mean is every meal is 2 meals. Every meal is 2 meals. having to feed them, bro.
Bro, I've got it.
You just need good Nigerian food,
It's
man.
true, though.
Good powder jam, ground rice.
The whole
We had 3 freezers in the house.
You know that back in the day when you had to go and buy the big oil and that. That was our first gym. Like our first gym was
And the plum tomatoes, bro, the whole crate.
Tomatoes. That was first gym. But flipping on the other side, when exactly that. Whereas you work to a point where, and you get this, especially because you get this, because I think there's nothing more satisfying when you have something in your mind and you push it to fruition. So now you lot have got this where 100% everyone who's achieved something has gone through trials and tribulations, and somebody's always said, you know what, you can't do it, or it's not going to work. Do you know what I'm saying? And the way we live our lives now is, the beautiful thing is that y'all don't do things to prove people wrong. You've done things to prove yourselves right. So when you sit down, you're like, yo, man, we can do this. And then when you get to that point, and then you get to the point on top with people that, can you swear on this shit?
Yeah.
Oh, people that you fuck with like that.
Man said, can you swear on this shit?
Yeah, I don't really use it. I don't really see shit. Hey, fuck that shit, yeah. And you
That's
get
what I know
to that
about
point.
Nigeria, you know. Can I floor this shit? Can I floor this?
I don't perceive shit as a terror. I'll be bare live. I'm like, oh shit. Damn. I just saw. I sorry. But that's what I'm saying. So for me, it's that mindset of it, like, you acknowledge your wins. So there's that win where, you know what, this is a means to an end. I'm gonna have to put on this uniform, and go out and get the money because I need to go and get the money. Yeah. So you acknowledge that win to yourself, because that's the first win of the day. Getting up, doing something you don't want to do. Like, and the reason I say this, because anybody that rides me or sees me, but I do this bike every single day, and I've never wanted to do it, but I do it every single day. And for me, I'm always one up, because my mind always says, yo, big man, don't do the bike. You don't need to, especially now you're retired. And when I do it, that's my win. So that's my first, acknowledge my win. But then the flip side of where we get to that point where you're like, nah, man, you know what, bruv, I'm comfortable enough. I'm dressing like this. Like, best believe I'm going into a meeting and the corporate man, I'm coming in comfortable. So, if you're intimidated, that's on you. That's your own bet. But for me, I'm going to be there. And to get to that point, nah, man, because for me, that's the dream. That's the balance of life. Because I think especially we're taught as very machine and robot, you know, go to school, get a job, work, go home, pay bills, go retire at 60, that, you know, on that. And then when you break free from that mold and say, you know what, nah, man, I'm going to be my own boss. And that for me, because time's the greatest commodity we got. We can get everything back, money, friends, but time we can't get back. So when you maximize your time, boom, that's the balance of life.
Do you ever sit there and reflect on, like, some of the decisions you made back in the day, and it just makes you laugh?
100%.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Why did I do that?
Yeah, because I had a moment the other day. I was talking to one of my friends about one of my old jobs. So I used to be a debt collector. So I used to go to people's houses literally
Loan
to collect
shark,
dough.
but you know, you call it what you want.
You know what the maddest thing is?
because I didn't do the dough. I collected the dough.
That's a loan shark, you know.
And you do the old ladies too.
Yeah, no, but majority of my clients were old ladies.
No,
Like,
but
legit.
remember,
You know why?
No, remember, they're not old. Remember BBC, they're not old.
The elderly. So basically, what happened is I used to do the school run for my little brother every morning because I didn't have a job.
Before you harassed the
So my mum was like, "You're taking your brother to school." So I'm like, "Wait, I ain't got a job and I got to wake up early." Come on, man. Like, allow me, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go to bed early. I didn't work the next day. But I had to wake up, take my brother to school. And then one time I bumped into one of my brethren, yeah, and she was able to drop her daughter to school, go to work, come back and pick her daughter up. So I'm like, what do you do? She's like, oh, I got this job. I'm a debt collector, but like I managed to squeeze it in the school hours so I can drop my daughter, pick her up as well. I said, how much do you make? She goes, well, you got to work your way up, but I'm currently on about 6-7 bills a week. I said, what? Yeah, let me get interview. Let me get interview. So obviously I've gone to the office now, sat down with the owner, some sleazy guy. I just saw it, but I was like, I don't have to liaise with Donny.
So were the people that worked with him.
No, I know, but I don't have to liaise with Donny all the time, innit? So you do your interview, he puts you on, you become like an agent, and your job is you have a booklet and it has all the clients' details. You basically arrange it on your own time. You have like a little trap phone. You call all your clients and say, listen, I'm coming on so-and-so day, so-and-so time to collect the P's that you owe, and that's it, once a week. But I started speaking to other people who do the same job, and there's a married couple that do it, and they make a grand each a week. They've managed to buy a second yard, look after the kids, go on holidays, and they managed to collect all their P from their clients within 2 hours every week. So it became enticing.
This is a little...
Exactly. If I can get my little book to like 2 hours a week, I'm working 2 hours a week and going home with a grand.
My man left something up. Remember he said he wasn't giving them no peas or whatever. Tell them what happens when they nearly... Tell them what happens when they...
Yeah, but I didn't know that at first. I'm going to get to that. So I started doing the rounds and I had a couple big clients. Like, there's one don that was giving me 6 bills a week. That was his debt. His debt was mad. Every time I link him, 6 bills. I linked him twice, The third week I got a text. Sorry, bro, I've given the debt to a consolidation company, whatever it's called. I can't pay you lot no more. So the 6 bills was gone. So like my take home has gone from like 5 bills to like 2 bills. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm going to people's houses. They're inviting me in for tea. I'll come in, Tazer. I'll make you a little cuppa. I've come to this woman's house to collect £5. I ain't got time. Bro. That's when I started realizing, nah, this is mad. Some people, and the yards I'm going in, is mad yards. Like, the state of the yard is mad.
So
I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to collect the P.
Do you get a percentage?
Yeah, so basically, whatever you collect, you take 10% home.
So you got a percentage of £5?
Oh God, I'll be bad.
No, but it adds up.
So you mean multiple?
Yeah.
I'm trying to
I'm a nice guy, but don't get me wrong. I'm coming to the yard, hoodie up, hat.
Yeah, of course.
I'm a nice guy.
Stereotype.
So it looks like they're gonna be. But really, truly, they invite me in. We're chatting, all of that stuff. I'm like, yo, I can't keep doing this.
What man is leaving out is they get there. You know, what I mean, this person has worked off this debt, and they'll get to the end, and Tazer be like, you know what? So roll that debt over to the next week.
No. So basically, Christmas was coming up, and they were like, this is what we do, So you've taken out a debt of like, let's say you need it, because basically they don't do credit checks. They just come to your yard, give you the cash, and you have an agreement like that. It's a gentleman's agreement.
Okay.
Yeah, basically. Basically. So what happened is when they get to like the
Minder, you people like Minder, bro.
So when they get to their last like £100, what you do is you go to the yard with a grand cash, and you sit down, you drink the tea, say, look, here's a grand. I'll take £100 to clear your current debt. Here's 9 bills. Have that for Christmas, but you now owe me 9 bills. You get it? And you roll it over like that. Yeah, so that's like, but the first 2 times I did that, I said, no, I can't keep doing this, man. Because I can see the state of the yard. I can't keep doing this.
What happens when they don't give you the money back?
Boy, I don't know.
The way my thing sounds.
You know he said, I can't document, but boy, they always pay.
I never bucked a dude. They were all women.
God,
yeah, literally, they're all women.
You didn't think this was funny?
No, they were literally.
Did you think this?
No, it's the book. They gave me a particular area. I don't want to say the area. Obviously, I didn't do it in the end. Imagine I go to a man's yard and it's my brethren's mum.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm fully busted because the reason why I watch them debt collector shows, innit? And I don't wish that I'd be in the debt, but sometimes I'd just be like, bruv, I wonder if the man them at home and they man knock the door and they'd be like, give me my, I'd be like, give you what?
Fam, it's long.
But I ain't gonna lie, not like, because you know me, I don't promote violence and that, but I wish a brother would sometimes.
No, but imagine a man, imagine you gone to check your mum, for example, your mum hasn't told you the truth.
And they're out there
and I knock your mum's door. You're like, Tazer, what you doing here? Oh, bruv, your mum owes me £5, brother.
Man said £5.
So we roll that, and that happens. And the way the dude says, "I listen, big man thing, but your mum owes me £5." Would you be like, what? No, it's my mum. But you better put the £5, or do you pay the £5?
I pay the whole debt.
No, just say it was
£5.
The whole debt. No. Remember, it's £5 a week. No, it's £5 a week. It's £5 a week, so it could be like a 104-week contract.
Oh, so that just
So they agree to £5 a week.
I ain't even paying off my mum's that you come into the yard every week, I'm giving you £5. I'm gonna be there. You come, it's £5. I'll see you next week.
I ain't got
Here's
time
five.
for that.
Exactly.
No, but the APR.
I'll
I'll
give
go
you
to
the whole thing.
Inconvenience.
Now remember,
Here's £5.
Don't talk to my mum.
I'll see you next
No,
time.
but wait,
Just come to see
no, but
me.
you know what? The
Here's
APR is
£5.
mad. So it'd be like you borrowed £5, you're paying back 2 bags.
Here's £5.
Yeah, it's a loan shark. The APR is not going to be better than the
I love it how
HSBC.
now he's describing it.
I know, you said you're changing it.
Before.
You was going,
You don't say loan shark.
You said man said, he was like,
Let me Google
it's a loan shark.
Let me Google the company. It's called.
Nah, don't bait them up.
Yeah, hello,
Don't get no.
No, I'm not baiting them up. I'm gonna.
You're baiting them up. You're gonna say, bro. Don't even mad. Don't get.
Oh no! Wait. They've closed their
Of course
doorstep.
they have. Of course they have.
But last year.
Bro, they put a squeeze on these companies.
Yeah, they closed them down.
Moving mad. You borrowed 2 bills, bro, and you're paying back 47,000.
Yeah, it was mad.
It's like, bro, man.
They was actually paying 41. He put the £6,000 on there.
I know he had his little drink on top.
I don't have drink. I gotta put it in the books.
He got his little drink on there.
Nah,
Man's going home and writing something else in the little book.
But the point I was trying to make is the reason why I got that job. Like I said, it felt like it was convenient. But then when I realized I can't do it, I think I lasted like 5 weeks, and I said, you know what, I can't do this no more. I just went home. I said, Mom, I'm not doing that job no more. She goes, how are you gonna look after your car? 'Cause I just bought a car in it. I bought an Astra, cost me like £1,000. I think it was £1,200 at the time. Some Astra 55 plate. And I needed to put petrol in the car, all that stuff. So I thought I need something in it.
Yeah.
And then when I decided to leave that job, I just phoned my boy. I said, listen. So remember Christmas, Jan. So I think coming up to March was when we done Faded properly. I said, brother, let's just focus on the events thing, and hopefully it works. And literally, that's when I started taking it seriously.
Sometimes that's what you need.
Yeah.
You need to throw yourself in the deep end. You need to. I kid you not. My thing was, I'll go on. I went broke, and not saying that I took it seriously, but it shifted my mindset going forward. Because I remember saying, look, I can always, if I'm hungry, I can go hungry. But to ever think dependent of mine, like my children, if they needed something. So it shifted my whole mindset. So you know them ones, and we were raised with it, don't spend all your money silly, rah. And for me, it was, I'm a footballer, you know what I'm saying? And I was living paycheck to paycheck without living paycheck to paycheck. Do you get what I'm saying? And then as soon as I got broke, bam, sometimes you need to kind of get to a point where you're like, never again.
That
you know
teaches you a big lesson.
Lesson.
Marvin don't even know I nearly killed us one time. You know what I mean? He was driving. I lost an investor for a project in the car. He was asleep in the car, bro. Like, drivers into oncoming traffic.
What?
He still said, what was this?
I got
the text mid-drive, you know.
He was asleep in the car, bro. I'm looking at him like, you lucky you in there, bro.
And I know how Marv sleeps, you know. Marv would have survived that crash, man.
Where we going?
You would have rode that crash, bro. Oh,
no tension whatsoever, you know.
In heaven, that's that fighting. I was like,
But this ain't the location, bro.
I said, what? This ain't Romford.
This ain't ministry.
bro,
Let's go for Keith. Like, what?
Bro, it's funny because it was, we were going to a restaurant that I have now. So I paid the deposit for everything, investors on board or whatever. Sitting there, we had a meeting, and man, they pulled out or whatever. I'm talking about the rent is like 40 bags a month. So they pulled out at the time. I think, what the fuck you mean? You know what I mean? Marvin's asleep in the car, bro. He's asleep in the man. Bro, I'm sitting in the car thinking,
That's how I know I was sleeping deep, because he had their calls on loudspeaker. Bro, I didn't hear shit.
Marvin will tell you, bro. He was awake when the call started. He zoned off or whatever, and
like, everything's cool, man.
We're driving through the city. You know what I mean? The conversation started here. You know what I mean? By the time I got to my destination, bro. Okay, what's cool? You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, and we've got this thing as men. You know, I could deal with anything. You know what I mean? It's cool, bro. It's light or whatever. I went home, bro, and I was drinking out of the bottle. I watched the video of some dudes. I think he was depressed, and he went out for drinks with his brethren, and they went for ice cream or whatever. And I was looking at them niggas like, if you could drink cocktails, and if you can still chase the drink, problems ain't hit you that hard. You know what I mean? You need to hit that shit raw. You know what I mean? You need to hit that out the bottle, bro. You're not mixing it. You know what I'm saying? Putting fruits in there.
Man said bare back the Kavasa, you know?
Have you ever been at that stage? Where
Yes. What do you mean?
You're so low, you just want to hit the liquor.
Nah.
I've never been.
Nah.
You know, some people come home and they had a hard day at work. The first thing they do is grab the bottle. That's man.
You man ain't had them serious problems, bro.
Listen, I've never, to be fair, I had my first drink at flipping 29. So I wasn't.
I swear.
Yeah,
man, he wasn't really a drinker like that.
wasn't into alcohol.
It's asthma that made him.
It's man. Like normally, I don't. No, I'm good. Thank you. I'll go ahead. I normally don't like succumb to peer pressure. We went on holiday and they man were just drumming.
Holiday, yeah.
You man are a mouse, so you man are a mouse. That's how they were just drumming into my head like. And I'm a competitor. I don't lose. I lost. I ain't gonna lie, man. I had a couple drinks.
Yeah, but God.
I was like, and
but
for me,
it took you some time still.
I was always the one, even back in the day. It's like, right, man, you should stop allowing my man to drink because I was that on the dance floor sweating. Man, they said, this boy doesn't even drink
because he will match our level so
with life
when we're
Yeah, you don't need
So when
drink,
he's
yeah.
when the liquor hits him,
he didn't need.
Someone said it to me the other day. Someone was like, who said it? I was out and they were like, you getting a drink? I said, no, I'm good, man. He's like, why do you drink? I said, bro, I can't be bothered. He's gone, but sometimes you need something to take the edge off. I'm like, nah, my edge is fine, brother.
Marvin's has one edge. Marvin's has one edge.
You don't drink at all? No, I do drink, but sometimes it's like, for me, it's kind of like, if I'm out, it's like, what's the point? I'm driving, so I can't drink like that. And also, I kind of want to know what's going on in it. I don't like not knowing what's going on. I don't drink to that stage, but it's like, I just can't bother to drink anymore. Like,
Is that the same on holiday?
Nah.
Cool. That's where we at.
But still on holiday, I'm still about my wits because if I'm on a quad bike or I'm driving on holiday, I still want to be able to, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes.
That's once, bro.
He knows that.
That was once.
The incident he's talking about, I think it was Barcelona, right? Brother, the shots are triples.
And we got there, we ordered 3 shots of tequila.
So that's 9 shots,
No,
essentially.
me and Marvin have gone and we
I know
ordered
them ones.
2 shots each. We were like 2 shots each, you know what I mean? 3 shots twice. Bring them. Brother, they brought us like, nigga, that's a drink.
Yeah.
Bro, the glasses, but we've ordered them
glasses
now.
are wham.
They're there. We've knocked them back. Bruh, I don't know how we, you know what I mean? Chicks had to help us back. Bro, when I'm talking about, they had to carry man home.
But I was legless. And the thing is, in my life, I've never been legless before. I was in the cab. I never forget. Tazer pulled up. Said, what you man saying? Let's go back to the hotel, you know.
We were fried.
Then Taser's like, we've been drinking. Make sure you're not sick, you know. Said, what, me? Sick? I'm like, don't be silly. As soon as his car drove up, what kind of food is this? I'm out the window like this.
But activated this in the
It's a
road.
universal thing, and that's what I love because it's a universal. Like you can spit the same stories, and we'll just relate because we've been there. The reason that the times we were legless was in Miami, and it was one of the first times we got a table. So the mentality when you get a table is, well, we paid for this.
Yeah.
Triple times
Drink-
what we'll pay
drink-
for the
drink-
offline.
drink has to get
So
finished.
has
to get finished. Has to.
You're off that, what?
Yeah.
Bruv, I am
from the
drinking
bottle, bruv.
everything. And then the time comes, so then you're speeding up like, nah, man, like they can't let you take the bottle out. Cause, bruv, we left Miami. Boy, when you look at the videos afterwards, you're like, bruv, how did we get from there to there? There to this, bro, mess. But then, yeah, man, you
Then
grow
it's
up.
time to be
Miami's
like,
lit, man.
what the hell? You know when people are telling you what happened and you're like, if you say so.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I've been there. I've been there on my birthday. One time, D was like, "Yeah, man, we went to." I would have swore down on everything that when the club finished, I went home. Could have swore down. But my man's like, "Yeah, but you know, we tried to get into Libertine." I was like, "When? Where?" But I literally a complete 45-minute black out. Like I was like, "Never again, not me, cuz."
Like, you might go to a bar and it's like the bottles are 150, but that's not the actual price. Obviously, the promoter's just upsold it. He's getting it for like maybe 30, 40, 50 pounds.
But don't you think it's mad how much we pay for bottles? Bro?
Nah, it is. It's
You know,
We still do.
It's
bro.
mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the only thing in you know
Doesn't
me.
make no sense.
If you know me, I'm very, very methodical in how I spend my money. I've never really been a designer guy. I'm not a designer guy. Don't rock that. It's not me. Luckily, still got my deal with Nike, so that man sent me credit. Only time I know how much Nike because when I buy my kids it. I'm like, what? People are spending P like this, like it's normal. I'll be looking at my kids like, what?
How old are your kids, you know what I'm asking?
My oldest is 15, 13, 12, 10, and 7.
Are they aware?
Yeah.
Well, I told my daughter.
You can't give them just anything.
No, my daughter. No,
that's
do
changed.
you know why I say that? My daughter got amazing grades one year. I think she was like 6. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna copy you something. Let's go JD. But she walked past the whole of the Nike section. I said, where you going? Well, if you saw the van she picked up, I said, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I was ready to spend about £1.50. What, £30? I ain't gonna lie. Take the van. You know what? Get to.
Man's a promoter. What? You want 2? You know.
Let the
Man,
kids
look at it
choose
and
what they want. You know what I'm
say,
saying?
treat yourself. Get to.
I thought I was gonna have to get like a vapor max or something. 120.
Now?
Yeah.
But it's not even like I remember being smart. It was the quantity. So I'd get them Christmas, just bare stuff. So they'd be opening stuff. Now, oh,
these are Vapor Maxes, you know.
You know the maddest is because they will tell you, well, I still call. I'm not even gonna say it because they'll meme me for it. But there's certain designers I don't know how to call them, so I'll just be calling them in it. Like my kids will be telling me, yeah, what's the Nike tracksuit name?
Nike Tech.
The Tech Fleece.
Tech Fleece.
The Tech
Do you know how much a Tech Fleece is?
No,
bro, like what, $2 bills, bro?
Yeah, like one. Yeah,
bro. Just the top.
Top's 90, bottom's 90.
195.
Easily.
Little man.
When it first came out, it was like 70, 70. Now it's going up.
Bruv, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta wear Techs, man.
Boohoo. That's how he's like. He used to block me. I used to what? What?
No,
What?
yeah, you can't get
I
to use
still
that
him. Yeah, perhaps you know because he's a Jordan and a Tech thing. That's what.
Bro,
that's Christmas.
No, but you know this though, it's the girl are looking at me like, what, boo?
No, you know what?
Oh, Akinfenwa.
Do you know what? Hold on.
You done a football, you know.
This is what I'm saying.
That goes off.
This is what I'm saying. You know what the maddest thing is? It was these man that school me because there is a young gender uniform.
Yeah.
And they just get the memo. But as soon as my little man went from primary school to secondary, all of a sudden, it's not the school uniform. There's a school uniform, and then there's a coach uniform. And they all get the memo. And that's where it is, where it's that Tech Jordans.
Because sending them out in what you want to send them out is borderline abusive.
Cause
you know what I mean? You're sending me to school like, you want me to get money?
Like, once they reach 11, my son's reached 11 and he's at that stage now.
Taser, let me tell you. So, all right, any of you free designer, man?
Yeah, I can be.
So you designer, you're not. So this is what I'm saying. So you said, oh yeah, do you look back at decisions you used to make? You know what I'm saying? And feel like I have to look a certain way to fit in and to make yourself be like, oh yeah, man, I've got the latest. And now you are, bruv, you be fine with it. You the man when you can go in a black top and your energy still be the same now.
But it's time and experience to give you that.
Exactly. So that's the thing where I try to drum into, but of course I know it's hard because you still got to find yourself. And I remember I was just football mad. So the whole dress thing, he was my, like when I remember going out to ice skating on the bus. And when I went to the impress, I begged me a shirt because me, I
don't think you begged me. I think you just took it.
I said, don't lie to the point.
Zara is if I was going to an event and man just said I can go see Zara's are potential onto me.
Yeah.
I don't. The worst thing is, and I'm flipping.
No, it's got some nice bits.
Yeah, but it's got for me when I want to be like, oh, wow, I'm doing a TV thing. Hey, big man, I'm going to Zara. Zara's giving me the fit. When I'm on the norm, I'm a boohoo individual. I'm not even going to put them on I'm a real casual brother.
Just a casual brother.
Regardless of what.
It's a size thing. You know one thing I would say as well? I guess it's a size thing as well. So for me, I'd never get into...
I just clocked. You ain't getting away with Zara. No way.
You know what the maddest thing
What's
is?
fit, bro? That's what I was like.
I was waiting for one of you lot to say that.
Bro, I'm XO in Zara.
We fit in Zara.
I've seen the extra mediums, bro.
I'm a Zara, man.
Man says Zara home. Man's wearing Zara home over there, bro. Can't be Zara home, bro.
Listen, I'm an all-purpose body.
No, we're the same. For me, bro, I need clothes I can wear for anything. Now, you know where... I remember when my clothes got stolen out of my car. So literally, I think I didn't lock my car. I may or may not have been at a ditty bar when my car got robbed. That's
cool.
That's time ago.
I didn't tell you.
No.
He never told you?
Well, recently again.
Brother.
Oh, this was the time in the Range Rover time ago.
No, this is like 2 months ago. So,
about a month ago.
But what team bars you be going to, guys?
We'll talk about that
over here.
So, you know what I mean? And you know why I was fuming?
There's team bars over here.
I've asked them the details already. I still ain't got them, you know.
Don't worry about it. I got you. You know
exclusive
me. They know me there.
Only ones at old restaurants and I say that.
They know me there. So, bro, I was in there. And I know whoever stole it probably saw me go in there. Like, bro, he was thinking he ain't coming out anytime.
He ain't coming out anytime soon.
Bro, man probably slept in the car.
Tried it on and everything.
Bro,
man got in the car, put on gloves, I was touching the steering wheel.
He probably came in and said, give him another dance on me.
I had 2 birthday parties this year. The first birthday party.
Thanks for the invite.
The shirt that I wore was Casablanca, and the shirt was okay. So you know. All right, cool. He knows.
That sounds like a drink to me.
So, because it was so loud, I haven't worn it again. The shirt was £7.
Oh, what? Come again?
Yeah, £700.
That's like the lower end.
Yeah, lower end.
Oh, man's beating you up, you know.
No, but it is though.
Man, that's the cheap shit.
Man said me.
Niggas, that's the cheap shit, man.
You know he was like,
That's the start of this shit, man.
all of a sudden he's like, wait,
He ain't no baller. He ain't no baller. What's a podcast nigga?
I thought you were serious. 700.
And then my second birthday party, so the week after I had another party, but like a more intimate one. The t-shirt I wore then is a Rude, so it was $350. And imagine on the day me getting ready, I sprayed my Sheen oil.
And it went on top.
And it went on your top.
And
I filmed it for the party.
oil don't come out.
When I went to the dry cleaners, I said, boss, this is not coming now.
Wear it like that.
It's a gym tee now.
Wear gym. I'm wearing it.
I'll put oil all over it.
What new style?
I'll just take it to someone.
Marvin said that
Nah, because of the design on the back, the way they would wash it to get oil out will fuck up the design. Yeah, because of the print.
Yeah. And for me, another
So he
reason
was like, I can't do it.
Another reason I can't do design is my body size fluctuates. So when I train or whatever, it just depends how I'm feeling. The one thing that I've not managed to regulate as I got older was the size. So when I was younger, I used to struggle to put on size. So all I ever learned how to do was to train to put on size. So now, whenever I train, my body now puts on size easy.
Yeah.
So now whenever I train, I get massive. So literally, as you see me now, I've dropped, I think in the last couple of months, on purpose, I had to drop 1.5 stones. But literally, so with my clothes and my wardrobe, you know what I mean? I was like, I can't buy them clothes or whatever. Because literally, when you go through my clothes, bro, I have clothes in multiple sizes because it depends what size I am now. So when I'm a certain size, okay, we're in this side of the wardrobe this month. You know what I mean? A couple months later, we're in this side of the wardrobe. A couple months later, we're on that side. I can't do that with designer. That's my thing. I was like, with designer, bro, I can't come out there and, have three t-shirts in.
Also, with designer, people get onto you. You wear a designer's twice. Jesus, what, you got no other clothes?
That top, you
They're
wear
onto
once
you.
and
You gotta
once, but you can't do it again. Bro. You gotta just.
But if it was like a plain black tee or no one asks you, how
No, but you can't say that.
No, people do say.
But then also, this is what I'll also say, right? So they think what I wear is designer. That's what they think. They think, oh yeah, but
footballer.
You know, this literally it's a
People
perception.
on your stature can even get away with fake kettles because people think to themselves, why would he buy a fake one? And just
You
sit
know
there
what,
thinking.
Paul?
But a lot of rich people do that.
Who's gonna talk about
We're going to talk about this. So for me, I own, in the best way y'all want it, replicas, fake. I own replica watches.
Facts.
I do. There's no two ways about it. And unless you take my watch off,
You can't tell.
you can't tell what it is. So for every, and the maddest thing is, the only reason I actually purchased watches was business.
Yeah,
I was very much when people, my best friend, he loves that. He's the designer brother. It's Victor, designer brother, head to toe. Kettle, I've got I'm not even going to say, but a stupid amount on his. And I was like, bruv, you're wearing a deposit for a house.
On your wrist.
On your wrist. I swear to you, for years, I couldn't fathom it. For years. I'm talking about years. Till recently, he went to me, oh, yo, you know what? The watch I bought, I've been offered 10 bags more 2 years later. So I was like, what? I'm like, they're going to offer you more. Then he just said, look, I'm just telling you, this is it. So you know there was one time that recently, the boom in the watches, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, bruv, you don't make that on houses. Like the
flip.
The increase in that. So I was like, okay, that's different. So now you'll see me, this is me. You know what I'm saying? So but at the same time, I'm like, bruv, it didn't matter if it was real or fake. It was real because I was who I was. You know what I'm saying? So it just reinforces the perception of.
That's what I was going to get to. I was going to get to the perception part. Even when you go, like you said, business-wise, there's times where, like, for example, if he walked into a room dressed how he's dressed now, cool, I'm here for business, blah, blah. But if he had a particular watch on, the contract might have been signed.
Yes.
Purely because of the
yes.
Okay. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's that too. There's that too.
I had one thing that
The perception is.
But then I learned
status.
I learned
Yeah.
exactly that. I remember I had a conversation with, it was my agent. So, and we went to America. And the person he was talking to, like, and it was funny because he did this, it was a room. So it was a room and there was about 20 people in there. And it was a failed experiment with me because I'm not the one you talk about that. But he's like, look, if you can pick out the one who owns this hotel, that's the one we're going to sign in it. That's what we're going to sign with, innit? So I was like, I picked a dude with a shirt and glasses, just thinking that. And he was like, all right, cool. And he pointed to the dude and he pointed to his watch. I was like, I'm not the person to ask because I couldn't tell you what a watch is. But his conversation was, they would exactly, those people in that realm.
In that realm, yeah.
Would be able to say,
they'll go in the room and be
oh, you're a serious guy.
Based on
Based on not a chain. Not the way you're pinky. You're based on what you've got.
It's hardly ever the chain.
So
hardly ever
I
the
can
chain.
answer 2 questions in one go. So you know what you were just talking about this, going into the right room, and the question of you're talking about bad decisions or whatever. So when I got the last yard I was living in, for most people it was, why would you get that? It's wild, this, it cost X, Y, Z, big massive yard, pool or whatever. But when I say people took me serious when I walked into certain places, because a lot of places, there's a lot of people that didn't even I didn't even know those people knew me. But you get into a conversation like, oh, you're so-and-so with this, or you're so-and-so, because I had some, so literally when I go into a room, for a lot of people, they just took me seriously just off the bat. Or you invite people, do dinners at my house, or sometimes, or you just have, people over, just come around to the house or whatever. When they get to the house, the conversation changes now. Because it's like, oh, look around, it's a different conversation now. Because, it's literally like, oh, if you have this, and this. And I tell people, but you have to play the game. Because, when it comes to business, everyone has that thing they use, but you can only use it. It has its pros and its cons. It had cons in that there were certain places I'd go to where I would then get overcharged because people look at it was like, oh, you're living like X, Y, Z. The price would change. I'm getting invoices for stuff, and I was like, you know what I mean? Paul, I'm always talking about my mentor. He was like, he had different, he had 2 different cars he used to have. When he was sitting there, dealing with customers and so on, he had his nice car. Dealing with suppliers and all the people on the other end, he had his other car. He was like, he turned up, he's a millionaire. I'm talking about 6 figures. I mean, not 6 figures, I'm talking 9 figures, I'm talking 100. Like, he turned up to one place, because he started off in waste management in his business. He's like, he turned up to one site, and he looked so shabby. The brother who was working there offered him a sandwich. He's like, the dude.
Comfortable in your skin.
That's him being business-minded, knowing how to...
Do you know the reason why? Because it's funny. Because, we talk on this, innit? And it's the same. The only, when I say I'm methodical, the only where I kind of acknowledge, and the same when the missus knows, where when I go away, I buy tables.
Yeah.
That shit's in the sense of comfortability as well.
Yeah. It's not about spending, it's more like...
It's about our space.
It's about our space. Yeah. But we know, prior we bought a bottle for $50, and now we've gone in and it's 500. It's the biggest markup I know that I kind of just acknowledge and say,
it is what it is, man.
It is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's the one. But then even to that point where, when you said they're overcharged, I remember there was 2 man deep. It was in Vegas, and we had a connect. It was like, look, there's only 2 of us, so we're not going to drink. So they give us like a silly price, innit? Like a normal price. Got outside. When I mean it was rammed. But when I mean celebrities upon celebrities. So we're in the table line, celebrities on celebrities. So we get there, give your name, Akinfenwa, so-and-so, hold this up. He's like, oh, man, table gone. So I was like, listen, this don't know, man, table gone, man. So it's like, well, we only got 1 more table. We could. So all right, say nothing cool, man. But it was triple what was. So I'm like, hey, big man, there's 2 of us. The brother I'm with doesn't like embarrassment. So you can see people just chilling, walking past. A man saying, "Hey, look, it's either this or nothing." I'm like, brother, don't get the game twisted. Us man, the chest is Vegas, and the talent was the people. You know what I'm saying? I kid you not. It didn't matter about talent. I was like, you want me, but we won't even be able to finish the drinks that we're gonna get on the norm. So you want me to pay triple the money to walk in. He was like, let's just go. I'm like, what? Brother, you know how far we've. So in the end, it wasn't even business, I'm a bezel. It's like, give me, because there's 2 of us. And in the end, I'm like, because I'm on the phone, why you don't embarrass me. You said this, but in the end, we stood. I remember we walked up to the table, and my best friend went to me, but you're stronger than me because, But I ain't gonna lie, I would have folded. Like, and he would have, like, if he didn't bring his card, he didn't bring his card out. If he brought his card, he would have said to me,
dropped it.
we're going. Because he don't like, I'd have been like, me, I'd have grabbed these up. We would have made a scene. We're doing what? Nah, man, not me in that. And that's where I always keep coming back to that. Come to be like, look, at the end of the day, regardless if, because I'm Akinfenwa, but I will blatantly say, no, man, like,
but that's what
you ain't doing that.
But that's what they do in America, though. They literally they tell you your table's there because the thing is they know, like, once the party gets popping or it's busy,
you're not gonna say no.
They know already that, like,
they're gonna sell the
and if you don't buy the table, someone else will.
They're gonna just keep marking up the tables.
If I was running the business, I'll probably do it the same.
Bro,
way.
and even things, so when it happened to us, yeah, so it was 5 bags initially. When we got to the door, obviously it was Meek Mill's birthday party at Club Live Miami.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. So the 5 bags was when they put out the flyer.
Bags? Yeah, no, that was what they said.
Yes, when they put out the flyer.
Oh.
When we got there, promoter was like,
Yeah, you know the head
he goes,
scratch.
20, and I'll give you, because obviously everyone's confirmed now. Adrian Broner, Rick Ross, OT Genesis, Lil Wayne, Uncle Luke.
Cooked.
Yeah. So I'm like, he was like, 20 bags and I can give you the table behind the one you wanted. We're like, is it on the floor though? Yeah, all right, cool. Got in there. So giving him the 20, we've got in. Bro, it was so... Yeah, we went in.
Fam.
But it was like... There was like
Whoa. Whoa. Pause.
No, there was a couple of us. It wasn't just me.
Wait. How many? If there wasn't 20 of you...
No. There was like 8 of us.
Yeah, sorry.
But we know, but bear in mind, we knew...
Man, so that's all right.
No, we knew what we were going for.
About 2.5.
No, Ed.
We knew what we were going for. We knew what we were going for, innit? We knew what we were going for, innit? So we've gotten in now. This is the part where...
I ain't gonna lie,
I'm hurt.
No, but this is what's killing me.
20 bags.
He was there to help
Wait,
you.
it's not finished though.
That's 3.5 bags, quick maths.
It's not finished though. One of our brothers, one of our man them came after, and obviously he had to match when he landed because they were saying, your bottles have come. Obviously, you know you get the bottle show, blah, blah.
Yeah,
You're on a timer. The bottle girl will cut. What? You're on a time, Bob. You think you can keep your bottle? You think you can keep your table to the end of the night?
Impossible.
They come up to you like, yo, are you buying more bottles?
I'll back the chair.
When?
Alright,
When?
stay there.
Doing that?
No.
When's the last time?
I'll back the chair, bruv. I'll back the chair.
Getting kicked off the tap. Bro, why do you think man them stagger their bottle shows? I'm telling you, if you get we got gas, we got all our bottles at once. After a while, they were like, well, we ain't been to that table for a minute. Yo, lads, any more bottles? So when my brethren landed, they were like, he swiped 4 bags, boom, bring more. And then after I started realizing, but it made me feel so sick I couldn't drink. I know I spent the money, I couldn't drink, bro. Girls were trying to talk to me, I'm like,
No, I know the feeling.
I felt sick,
Wait,
bro.
hold on, no, wait.
What time did you not get there?
But
We got there early, we got there about 11, 12.
Yeah, because remember, we get there like late. So by the time...
Yeah, so it's not a rock, but we got there early because it was like my boy wanted to celebrate his birthday.
Wait,
So
hold on,
I've
no,
never experienced
hold on.
If I'm 20,
Experience what? Your bottles.
No, I've never experienced
Your bottles.
Bro,
Hold on.
they cleared the bucket. Are you buying more? No, we're gonna have to move.
did you
I can
finish
resell
the
it.
drinks then quickly then?
They don't care. We can resell the table for another 20.
At what time?
Doesn't matter, man, outside.
And I always tell the mandem, sometimes the mandem do too much. I tell mandem, you can get, if you're just doing it for sex, I always look at guys, you don't have to do so much. This is a running joke, right? So, you know the Maserati? There's the 4x4 Maserati, the Levante. One of my brethren wanted one. And I was like, bro, the women don't even know what that is. It's like, they will look at you and think you're in a Kia. Marvin, if I tell you right now I'm in a Levante.
Certain, because some females nowadays
They know, man.
They do more research.
Not
the ones
the
he's
Levante.
going for.
No, but the Levante is still one of those cars where you're looking at a man like, who man's is this? And what is that? You're sitting here thinking, it's just 100 bags. And the chicks are looking at the nigga in the Range Rover like, I'm going over there. I'm going to the races. You're looking at this nigga, should have got a Range Rover. Diminishing returns.
But that's how it goes sometimes. Even one time I said the story in the pod before when I got R32. And then like obviously
the
it's a
chicks
sports
don't
golf.
care.
The car was cold. When to pick up a chick, she goes, no, you got a new car. I said, yeah, you got golf.
That's all she see, bro. She don't care. R30 what?
Yeah.
She saw a golf.
I said, you know how much petrol this is?
But you got to go through them.
But a 3.2 litre petrol, I was paying an arm and a leg. I got rid of it like a couple weeks after.
It's like having an SVR, the Range Rover, the SVR. Chicks looking at, that's still a Range Rover.
It's a Range.
Yeah, you got to go through it. You got to go through that though.
SVR, you can see the SVR, like the way the bonnet's different.
But the noise as well.
Girls hear the
But you have to tell them, But you have to turn that shit on.
It's arranged to certain females.
Yeah, Tazer, you have Tazer.
This is a car.
You have Tazer. You have to turn
You
it
drive
on.
a truck.
But what are we talking
SVR,
about?
you have to turn your Ace VR on for them to know what it is. You know, you need one of them motors the women know.
But you know what it is? You got to go through all of this, man. It builds character, man.
100%. And you know what I'm saying?
1,000%.
And also to go on what you were saying as well is this. I feel like, and that sounds weird, but like sometimes it's just you need to treat yourself. I think there's a fine line between treating
for
yourself and overexerting yourself in terms of certain brands or certain lifestyle. Because sometimes, like I know if you put on a Gucci jumper, and that might just be a label, but sometimes that feeling yourself. You know that when it just makes you feel good. If that's what you need, sometimes obviously don't get carried away with it and spend your last buck on it or whatever. But for example, Royal Albert Hall show, when we were doing Royal Albert Hall,
Thanks for the invite.
I wanted to.
Should have been there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay.
No, man. Send it.
I feel like,
DMs, man.
I feel like Marvin's
But-
right because Marvin is I feel like you're in between me and Tazer in terms of you sometimes go over to the designer side, but you also sometimes wear what you want to wear in terms of I can wear a pair of trainers that because there's Adidas trainers that you have that most people look at and think I wouldn't wear those, but because
the
of how
EQTs.
we look, you see
Yeah.
EQTs. That's you know what I mean. That's my side of things where those are kind of kicks I like.
as well, you know.
You know what I mean? But like
Me
I'm saying,
too, man.
there's
I think
certain.
it's sick.
I know.
Man said, LeBron James.
No, I don't know the story. But I'm saying there's certain man, Marvin, that will look at those and think, but with you, those are kicks you wear like, I like that.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
how
yeah.
that looks.
No, but
I like that how it feels. And I can rock those. Those aren't kicks you wear because those are the fashion.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because that's not what and especially with Adidas, when it comes to Adidas trainers, me and Marvin have certain Adidas kicks that we wear or whatever. That's a choice. Because you're like, that's not what's mainstream.
mainstream.
That's
Yeah,
not what
yeah,
everyone's
yeah,
wearing.
yeah.
I have to wear those because I like those. One time Yusuf bantered me. Remember, I had a pair of kicks out there,
Yeah, you
whatever,
said
he
that too.
bantered me. But for me, I was like, this is what I like.
Yeah.
This is how, you know what I mean? This is what I want to wear. And you get to that point where you're like, cool, there's this stuff where I'm like, I do this and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that there's not stuff that I do when I want to be seen by women or whatever. We all have our way of doing it. For me, it's cars. For me, it's houses. When you come to my house or whatever, and I take you around the house and I give you a tour of everything, I give you a speech about everything that's there. My old house, bro, I can tell you everything that's there. That's how I flex. Some people do it in clothing. Some people, but we all have it. We can pretend we don't, but we do.
1,000%.
And also, there's we're all men in there, so it makes it come across like it's just men. Women do it too. Handbags,
100%.
jewelry, shoes.
Ass,
So go on.
titties, man, ass. Bro, you think when she's out there with the cheeks? What do you think that
Man
is?
said,
We all do it.
lip
Listen,
gloss.
I'll go on to your point.
Yeah.
You know what? Whatever your motivation is your motivation.
Yeah.
So you know where you said about, oh, right, a Gucci jumper can make man build. Well, for me, I didn't have crep growing up.
Yeah,
So when
yeah,
I
yeah.
grew up, I was like, I'm going to have crep. That was my motivation. That was my drive. So if somebody saw when they were young, man, we remember we were young, the Average jackets. So you're like, yo, when that signifies for me, bruv, I wanted something and I'm going to do it regardless. And that's where it comes down is the biggest picture is your biggest picture. So if you're doing it because when you put it on, you're like, I work for this. This is something I wanted. Oh, for me, go out and spend on clothes because we've got our vices. I said, mine is holidays. Like
That's my one as well.
Literally, that's where you could. I won't even money check. Say now, what we doing?
No,
Do it.
but
Because it makes you feel good.
Because that's my thing.
That's what I want.
That's exactly.
and
That's
there's
what I want.
And
There's nothing.
But you know what's
no
mad though?
compromise.
I'm in the transition phase where it's like, I know I can, but is it worth it? When it comes to I'm going on holidays, the class that you're sitting in.
It is. When you're traveling.
But I tasted first class one time. I said, Jesus Christ. Is this what I'm missing out on? Brother, I leaned the thing back, I was all sleepy.
That's
laying
what,
horizontal.
So it's changed for me now. Let me say something.
Economy's a mad thing now, blood.
So do you see? Because the vibe I'm getting from you is you got the money for first class, but I don't know if we will get first class. The vibe I get is, but
I'm gonna come on. I'm gonna come on.
It's changed.
No, let me say something. There's a few vices now.
You can't sit right now.
you definitely can't sit.
So now, this is what I'm saying. For me, as I've gotten older, what also I will take is convenience. That's my biggest thing now.
That's me as well,
Like,
100%.
It's very much convenience. And even me and my brother, we catch up in the sense where but I have to maximize. So then when it's in my time, so I have a driver now. So my driver takes me places, but of course, it's for the business. So now it's not even that. So I've got a driver. When I fly first class now. So that was something, like my missus, she won't. Like, to the point where I can't even tell her, I can't even ask her and say, do you want to? Because she'll say no. I just got to do it. Yeah. Because to her mindset is she's small, no, it's a waste of money. Why we spend the extra 1,500, $2,000 when I can go shop or we can do it that way?
See, we're different. Man will get on the plane, I'll turn left, she'll turn right. I'll see you. No, she says she doesn't want it. Then I'll see you. I'll see you in 8 hours. That's a dirty bag. What do you mean?
I don't come home to her.
No, but she doesn't want it. She doesn't want it.
Doesn't even. Are you gonna come on, man? Because I don't come home to her. Then I'll tell you that now. I go right, she goes left.
Right, cool, but your wife.
No, but she don't want it. She don't want it. She don't want it.
That's the thing. My kids won't sit. They will sit in economy. My 15-year-old, all of them. They will not sit.
For them, it's just a flight.
Yeah, it's a flight. They might give them an iPad and they boom, they go sleep.
But first class, when I first sampled it, I was like,
man.
Fuck. But I thought I was doing something wrong. When the woman was like, oh, do you want champagne? I said, champagne? I said, do you have to pay for this? She's like, no. I said, oh my God, yeah, look at that, man. I'm all looking at it, because I'm not supposed to be there.
No, you are.
No.
God is good.
I'm just saying, I wasn't familiar with my surroundings.
No, and that's what it is.
I was like, yo, I feel like Tazer supposed to be there. Like,
there's certain journeys. Bro, when I traveled to Australia to visit my mum, broke as shit, 24-hour flight to Australia, sat in the back, economy. Bro, that's where the day I realized I was like, I need money. Because when I got there, my back was fried. When I say fried. But there's certain journeys. For me, I'm very comfortable getting on an EasyJet, getting on a Ryanair. If I'm short flight, I don't business. For me, you know what I mean? I tell people like I have no bouginess when it comes to that kind of thing. But once you hit a certain distance, you're like, you know what? I might have to pay for a little extra because I need to be comfortable. I can't be feeling a certain way. It's not even about flexing. It's not. I just need to be comfy. You know what I mean? But because I paid a certain amount of money, your niggas are gonna see it. You know what I mean? It's like I didn't do this to flex. But because this flight has cost me this,
it's a happy meal. It's a happy accident on purpose.
But you're seeing this.
Another one is
you're
hotel.
flying first class, Tazer. You spend XYZ. You think you're not gonna see it, bro? I need to get my money's worth.
Another one's hotel. One time me and Marvin went to Amsterdam together. Got twin beds. I had ripped off the toilet. He's like, Tazer, man.
Like, oh, that stuff.
Never again.
Long time ago.
No. But this was a last minute flight for fucking whatever. And then my man, I'm like, but I need to go to the toilet.
We're forced to share a room. Marvin and me work because we have a way of doing things that works.
No, it was calm in the room. It was just more the toilet.
That's not calm, bro.
But it was just the toilet, bro.
You said that like it was light.
Not in the bedroom space was calm.
Me and Marvin can be in the same room and be in different worlds. We're like, that's
I'm
your
a
shit.
man that needs to go to the toilet. I don't hold back,
And we are, me and Marvin like, bro, a man can have a woman in there. A man can have a woman in there. And the other niggas invisible.
You two are the same.
Bro, Shrek said it. Better out than in, bro.
When I'm there.
Make sure that your insides are nice and clean.
No, but not in the room. But like, put it this way, Yes, go to the lobby.
Go to the lobby.
Yes, go to the lobby. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
It's my toilet.
It's my toilet too.
Let me tell you something.
Go to the lobby, bro.
No, but I'd rather you. Okay.
What?
Wait. I'd rather share the seat with your cheeks than the public downstairs.
Excuse me.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know who's downstairs.
Share it with the public.
I'm just saying.
What's the man saying here?
I'm not saying like my guy, bro.
No, but I don't want. What's his cheek talking on
No,
the
I'm
bed?
just saying. Like, what do you mean? What's
Look, all I'm saying is this, yeah. Brother,
It's different.
I'm rattled, bro. All I know is, yeah, I mean, like, I can't remember. I think basically the hotel got booked in it. And there was a festival, so there weren't many hotels available.
So
we thought it was 2 separate rooms. And I think we got there and they were like, no, you have to share a room.
And you can't get no
so
other
I'm
room.
fuming that already. That's my thing.
That's why I said
like,
it was last minute.
It's last minute. So we got in the room now. Room's not bad, whatever. Man's chilling on the bed now. Tazer gets up. I'm thinking, where's this brother going? But I'm not, it's the peripheral vision. You can see a man doing something, but you're just tired. I see the bathroom door closed. I think, he's just going to piss or wash his face. Tazer's in there for a while, bro. A while. Then I've actually said, brother, I bet Don't tell me you're shitting in there. What? What do you mean? I said, oh, God.
Marvin, that's why you start taking moldy about your trip.
The moment he came out, the smell. I'm like, brother, I walked out, I went to the lobby.
He was vexed.
I'm like, brother.
I'm that guy, it will change my whole
Bro, it will change all of our moods.
Just go to the lobby.
Because, let me tell you
Why are
something.
you still angry? I don't
Go to lobby, go now. Wait, let me say, like, for 6 years, and this is not even banter, for 6 years, none of the players could fart on the coach. I want to, bruv, it was, I ban it.
Yeah, but your size is
I'll
different,
back you up. Yeah.
I ban it, like,
swinging, man.
Cut, fam.
You're moving like, have you seen that Michael Jordan documentary?
Yeah.
One time they lost a game. Yeah,
man was celebrating. And he's like,
no, they don't even celebrate. Man wanted to eat. He said, "You can't eat. We just lost. What you mean you're eating?"
I was
slap the food that man's hand.
Yeah, I wasn't
You
like.
don't deserve to eat.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't a bully boy, but there was just certain no.
Yeah, but they take it too far though.
Yeah, just you.
Nah, but see, you know, when you look banter in those realms, certain man take it too far in your life.
When that football was,
No, not me.
was mad.
It's worse than rugby. See, it's a good thing you didn't play rugby. You would have been. Rugby's worse. You would have been swinging, man. In rugby, bro, them big dudes out there, they'll put testicles on your head. They do rugby, bro. Rugby dudes. You're looking at the man like, bro, you're looking at them dudes like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
What's the worst thing?
Yeah, what's the maddest joke?
Obviously, no names or none.
What's the one you told about recently?
What one?
With the shit.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, man. So, boom.
I'm vexed
I won't
already.
even say
Don't say
names.
no names.
I'm vexed already.
So, all right, so what happened, right? So, they were bantering each other. So, we went to train him. Dude got his car keys and parked it somewhere else. So after training, man's like, rah. So he had to jump in the car with somebody else. Got back to, where's my car? But when I mean he parked it, quay. Bought his key, just bang. Had to park. So man had to go find his car keys. So anyway, that's what started it. So man's like, yeah? Say nothing. So when you travel on away trips, we train. So there's sometimes you can train and travel or travel and train.
Yeah.
So we travelled and trained. So we travelled, got to where we were training. So they were given our training kit. So what my man did was he shitted in his training kit and wrapped it up and then put it. So then when man came to go and train, man opened up.
Oh my God.
And just saw the shit.
And just see the shit. And boy, man had to train in some...
Had to train in it?
No, he had to train in some random thing. But that's the worstest thing. What for me was a no-go area for me is they felt like if they put banter in front of it,
it's fine.
It was fine.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it was just, oh yeah, my man did that like, oh man pissed in his drink.
No.
Banter.
Say it's very important to know who you keep around you.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say
Very important. Obviously, when you're younger, you just want bare man around you. As you get older, that problem now, that bridging now, that bridging now. Like Keith has said it many times before, where you know you go out with a man and it's like, oh, I don't really like that dude. Oh yeah, you want to go stab him for you? What? This guy's on here.
Like no,
like,
whoa,
chill out, bro.
Keep yourself.
I just don't want him on my side. You want him over there causing like this. Chill out.
Don't turn this misunderstanding into attempted murder. Don't do that.
So you gotta be very,
You gotta be, man. You gotta know. I've always said this. I've said this a few times, innit? Like you be around your inner circle, and that statement is, show me your bridges, and I'll show you where you're gonna be in a couple of years. And that's always
even like you said. You see. Dad, you've seen us.
Yeah, from a long
day.
time.
You get me? Our circle ain't changed.
It won't change.
And
it's because your niggas is related. Niggas said that. I know what you mean.
There's bed brothers who don't talk.
Yeah, man.
Or beef or like, or jealous.
I'll see you at home.
Do you know so mad? Yeah, we're all African in there, innit? But back in the when I was younger, yeah, you see Caribbeans, yeah, but I didn't get it, bro. My brethren is beefing his cousin. I'm like, you're not gonna see each other tonight, like family dinner.
They don't have a family dinner.
Brother, no, they are. They'll come to the yard and still eat dinner, you know. But when they come out the yard, they're ops.
Brother, they might.
Their mums are family. Put that camera on anybody else. I see you pushing them buttons. Keep that camera on you. Keep that camera on you. When you were talking about it, make sure that camera stays on you.
What happened?
When we were reacting to what you were saying.
Why, producer? My Caribbean fans are blessed with me. I'm selling my book and my documentary in those places.
Why'd you like cause trouble?
What did I say?
Hey, I don't know what you said.
Hey, this guy.
Next week, you can see Marv issue a apology.
In the words of LeBron James, what Marvin Abbey said was hurtful. It was wrong.
A certain way.
No. I all eat. No.
Me.
Don't worry. I'm going to Google a Jamaican cherry.
No. You're dumb. You're dumb. Man said man's moving anti-Jamaican. No.
Now you're grouping them all up. Now you're just grouping them. Let him explain.
No. I didn't mean they ain't got food.
No, we don't.
I'm saying they're not eating in the same house.
We were thinking that neither. Why did your mind go there?
Why
just got the spade, he just kind of...
You made that. Why would cousins eat in the same house?
I don't know, but...
I've got bare cousins, we don't eat in the same house.
That's cool. But
so what are you talking about?
Why you have to bring up food and them not having
food?
I like that, you got that.
You got that one, actually, still.
But it was easy, brother.
I like that,
yes, cousins no.
17 goals, 25 headers.
Marvin said, you know what I mean?
And that's the name of this episode.
Jamaican curry. Marvin said, setting out jerk pans.
Context. Have you not seen the documentary?
Which one?
No, he's got a documentary. That's what I wanted to ask you. So I wanted to ask.
I watch football, so you got to give me a pass. You know what I mean?
Man said LeBron James.
That was gymnastics.
I'm surprised. I said, yeah, man.
No, the documentary. You dancing? I've seen Akinfenwa, nigga. We don't be lying.
I've seen the first page.
Man said, I read the first chapter of your documentary.
It was unique.
That part about you and David Beckham.
No, say they got it.